Bonjour, mon ami. Today I want to talk with you about a really interesting experiment that we will do together, because it is really strange. Every day, when you think about it, every day is a great day for art. Of course, there are days in which it is impossible to do art, like you are really sick or ill, you are in a hospital, prison, or whatever. There are situations in which it is almost impossible to do the art you are capable of. But nevertheless, most of the days you would be capable on working on the art you can do right now, to get in touch with your creativity, with your potential, allow your talent to express itself. But nevertheless, there's something that is making it impossible. And the experiment that we will do today is talking about the tools of our art. I don't mean it right now, the tools like brushes and your easel and the paper you are using, whatever. Not this kind of tools, the tools of our mind to create art, or what we have developed as a tool to make it possible to work on your art. And let me talk at first at one of the tools that became very fast out of hand, that became very destructive to art. It is, I think, one of the killers of art, number one, and it is the fear, or what we have perhaps somewhere down the road in the past picked up as a tool of pressure that is making it possible to press through some difficult times. Perhaps the one day you have been, as a child, very creative. You have developed so many artistic works. Your creativity was flowing. Everything was working just out fine. And then you came to school, and there was the subject that you have to study, art. And then suddenly art was not about just doing things because other people had expectations and that there were deadlines. And then you have one time have to experience that you have pressure yourself with fear to deliver on the expectations somebody else was doing on you. And perhaps in the beginning you were thinking, okay, this is an unpleasant feeling, but nevertheless it has worked. I have developed on the expectations of others, and so fear can be useful. And then we said to ourselves, oh, fear is a useful tool. But down the road to the present day, fear is became an absolute showstopper for your art. Suddenly you are becoming aware that because out of fear you are not able to create art. This fear that started perhaps as a certain tool for a certain occasion now has developed a possibility that there's the fear of not delivering, the fear of failure, and so on. Because once we have allowed this seed of a wrong tool in our life, this seed grown to such a plant that is now strangling your own creativity, and fear became your worst enemy. It is preventing you right now because it is so out of hand, because it became so connected to so many things you are doing in art, that is preventing you from your dreams and blocking your actually creativity. So the tool that we have developed became, because we have not changed the tools, we are never questioning the tools, became something that is doing the opposite right now. You are doubting yourself. Even when good things are happening, then suddenly the fear is creeping in, and then you are saying, oh, right now, this day that is so magnificent, just look at that light behind me and the shapes and so on. Such an obvious thing like this motif is something now that is not instantly bringing creativity in you, but perhaps on some day, especially on some days, immediately bringing the fear of failure, that you are perhaps not able to capture it, and so on and so on. So this tool is becoming so strong that is pushing every other tool to the side. Your inspiration is pushed to the side. Your your free thinking is pushed to the side, and also the passion that you are having perhaps to capture this moment, this very special day, is pushed to side. And I think because this tool is rooted so much in our childhood, in our past experiences, and proven over and over again, it became so deep rooted that we are never questioning it, that we are using just the wrong tool. Let me tell you that this tool is omnipresent in our culture and society. When you have been a child, nevertheless, most likely you have spent some times in front of the TV, and the TV often is nothing more than a propaganda machine for fear. It is not something that where people are coming together and developing something evil. I know some people in marketing and that are working for TV and so on, and they just want to make people watch more TV. So when you are working with fear and you are telling people how bad the world is outside, they are more willing to remain inside and watch more TV. They are just selling what they are doing. And in this way, we have become, through TV and social media and so on, became attached to fear, and fear seems to be normal, and we are never questioning the fear. And this is the experiment. How can we get rid of this wrong tool? How can we rethink our position to this tool? Because I think out of fear, it is not only the fear that we have once developed, it had some children of its own. It is the way we are having doubts about everything we are doing. It is the way we are stopping ourselves for challenging ourselves as an artist because of this fear. And it's becoming so unrealistic that it is blocking everything, and it is keeping us away from setting the necessary goals to progress as an artist. And I think a radical approach is sometimes needed. Sometimes we have to really ban a certain tool from our life. So immediately every expression of fear, or how fear is clocking in itself, sometimes we should stop blaming yourself. This is an expression of fear. Or stop feeling regrets and grief and jealousy and things that are self-harming to you. Set up on a list how bad tools are appearing in your artistic progression, and made out of it a taboo zone. Perhaps carry around this list for you, because once you have spotted how the tools that mutated to something that is harmful, when you have this list of these mutants, you are becoming every day aware that you are using the wrong tool, because these tools are putting yourself down, and they will in the end just bring one achievement, and this is the achievement of not accomplishing what you are capable of. They are undermining yourself, and they are keeping you away from important experiences, and even so they are keeping you away from failure that is necessary. All these tools that are developed around fear are promising something. You know, when you are give in to this fear, when you have the self-doubts, when you are jealous and you are not brave enough to take on the next art project, this fear is promising you it will keep you away from failure. But why to keep yourself away from failure? Failure in art is necessary to learn, to progress, to try out new things. Only when you are failing, there's a space where something new can come in. And failure is also making you sometimes changing your path in art to develop. Let's say you are working all the time on portrait painting, and then you are figuring out, whoa, I failed. Then you are trying something new, a new project. You are going perhaps to landscape drawing, and then you are discovering that you have a talent for in. So in the long run, this fear will make you give up. It already is making you on some days giving up, and then more days will come into this, and then it is just becoming an unproductive habit, the habit of fear. Perhaps sometimes it is not calling itself fear, it has some reasons, but nevertheless it is an unproductive habit, and it can come out in so many things. For me, I'm not someone that is outside of this whole game. For me, it is workaholism. I'm putting so much work on myself and have such high expectation on myself that actually this pressure is diminishing my possibilities, my energy, and I'm overworking myself too much. And when something is not working out, the strong emotions of frustrations are coming, and they are really counterproductive. So everything that's connected or built around this fear, it is making you to explore your possibilities and be productive in the end. Because the most productive way you can work as an artist is being in your flow. I think this is one of the most important tools that you are having, and we are often forgetting that there are so many positive tools that are working for us. Being calm, for example, or the willingness to explore your surrounding, to be open to your surrounding, to seek the seeds on which your creativity can develop something new, and being in this natural flow. These tools that have developed to something bad for your art, that became this mutant, are so loud and so overwhelming that we are often forgetting the good tools that are just working. They are just being pushed aside because fear and the mutations of fear are so overwhelming. So whatever it is for you, however you are experiencing the things that you are going through, you will always know what is right or wrong for you when you test it against your outcome. When you are in the end having outstanding outcomes, then you have a tool that is working. When you have great days of art and you are not capable of taking advantage of it, then you know that you are using right now the wrong tools. And this is that experiment that I am proposing to you, to sit down and set the list of your good tools and bad tools, or perhaps tools that are really not working, tools that you are not sure of, and tools that are just working for you. And then you are starting to realizing, what should I do to bring my best forward, to get reconnected with my creativity, with my talent, or where do I get distracted? And something like competitiveness and other things that are just creeping in our life as an artist will not have a place anymore, because you are making the decision for the good tools. Because for your artistic work right now, like you are perhaps using brushes and certain oil paints or certain pencil, you are already using most likely good tools. You would never decide to switch your pencil with a chisel. This is not how your drawing will work. So in the same way, you should reconsider the tools of your mind and start to put something together that is working just for you, because it is worth to find the right tools, because with the right tools you will achieve outstanding outcomes. Like you are picking the best oil paint, or you are picking the best landscape where you can find the inspiration. Also, you have the right and the duty to experience the best tools of your mind. I hope this was just a good inspiration for you. Let it settle for a while, and then start with this 3 list of things that are not working as a mind tool for you, things where you are not sure, and things that are just fine and working, and start to focus on the things that are already working for you in the best way. I hope also to see you in my next video. Until then, see you soon. Bye bye.